First, I have to say it is an honor to have a chance to speak with all of you because, as I've told you before we got this going, I told you I grew up on Sister Sledge. My family grew up on Sister Sledge. My neighborhood grew up on Sister Sledge. There wasn't a time where we weren't watching Soul Train. Sister Sledge was on it. We were dancing in the park with our tape decks, cassettes. Remember, I said cassettes, playing the music. And of course, we had the vinyl for those house parties. Y'all are here, Toronto, Mississauga, Living Arts Center. As we speak, how does it feel returning to a place that just loves Sister Sledge?
Well, I'm going to say it feels awesome. This is something we've been looking forward to. Got very excited when we heard we were coming to Toronto, so we are very excited. How do you say that? Mississauga. Mississauga, yes. We've been reading it. Yeah.
It rolls off the tongue. It does. But here's the thing that people need to know, though, because growing up Sister Sledge, there wasn't male members in Sister Sledge. So we need to clear this up right now. I want to talk to the Kings. I want to talk to the Kings here right now, who they are and how are they part of this amazing group.
Well, I'm Thaddeus Sledge. My mother was Joni Sledge, as Debbie's sister. And I started singing with the group, I would say, maybe about 8 years ago in 2016. It was my first show. It's actually funny. My mom didn't know I could sing until I was in the car with her one time. I started belting out. She looked at me and slapped me. And she was like, "You can sing?" And I was like, "Hey, what you mean? I'm your son. Of course I can sing. Like, you just didn't know." So, I mean, it's been a huge blessing and a huge honor to join such an iconic group. I mean, growing up with them, too, like, it's my family, you know. It's just a huge blessing to be here, be a part of such a momentous group, you know. Can't give enough blessings and praise to my family and their accomplishments and stuff, so I'm honored.
We're honored to have you here. And the other King, I want to roll over here. Who do you have here, sir?
I am David. I am the son of Debbie Sledge. We're doing what? We were talking about this earlier. 7 years now? It just goes by because it's just so much fun. And then with my family, my sister Camille, Tanya, my cousin Thaddeus, so it's just so much fun. Yeah.
So no matter what, this is still a family affair. How has this family been able to honor the originals, the original Sister Sledge? How were they able to honor the music?
Learning from the originals, watching the originals, vibing with the originals, you know, like, I mean, we all have, you know, our own thing that we bring to the table, but to be in the room and be present with originals who can, you know, give you their wisdom and their, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's magic, really. Yeah. So when they, you know, share that with us, we're able to carry it to the next level right along with them. So.
And when you see the fans performing, enjoying, reminiscing, and singing these iconic songs that we're going to talk about, how does it feel being able to, again, represent family? And when we use that word with Sister Sledge, that means a lot.
Yeah, it means everything to us. I think that we have the best mentors, and growing up around our mom and aunts, knowing that they really adore the fans and they really receive the fans. We call them fam instead of fans, because it's something that is so important to the entire show and the real essence of this group. So I think that the fans are like a huge part of what we do, and it makes the show that much more special when we have a different show every single night, no matter how many times we do it. Even if it's in the same city, we'll go back, like we were just in London again, and it's a different show every single time because the fans make it that way. So,
well, let's go to Philly. Let's go back in the day. Let's talk about growing up, Sister Sledge. And not just growing up. And I'm curious, though, because I'd read this, and I don't know if it's true or not. Your grandmother, how much of an influence did she have in the group's singing career?
We have several women in our family, all of them very strong women. And yes, my grandmother was the beginning of it all, in a sense, because she was a very strong opera singer. She taught us a bit of vocal coaching. And one of the reasons that we love music so much, we love all kinds of music, but I think one of the things that all of the women in our family taught us was to be your authentic self and to give what you have and to enjoy what you're doing, enjoy life. And that's what we got from her.
But how did you know that, you and your sisters, how did you all know that this was going to be the life's passion? Because in Philly had different sounds of music. I mean, but you all brought in your own sound from the male performers. That's something a lot of people don't really click on.
That's true. As sisters, and we grew up in a family of mostly women, but we had uncles who were very, very strong, very powerful, very funny. They used to make fun of us. So in Philly, that's a thing in Philly. People just make fun of each other. It's, we call it busting.
And all of us can bust. All of us can bust now.
But you know what? I'm glad you jumped in because I was going to go over to you next. When did you realize growing up that your family was famous? Because some people, when they grow up, they think, oh, everybody does this. But then somewhere along it clicks in going, wait a minute, something ain't right here.
Yeah. It was kind of like a normative thing when I was very, very young. And I think when I was I want to say 7 or 8 years old, I saw a fan hugging my mom and my aunt and crying. And that was I was like, this man is crying, real tears. I've never seen a grown man cry like that. And it was almost like, you see those fans cry over Michael Jackson or a James Brown or Mick Jagger, and they're crying. And I'm like, that's my mom. And for me, she was just my mom, and it wasn't any different from other moms. I thought I was a normal kid at school. I used to get in trouble. I used to get grounded, whoopings.
Oh, she said it on camera.
I know. Me and my friend were just laughing, saying, well, my parents told me that I never got whoopings when I was little, and we were cracking up because we were like, all this gentle parenting that they're doing right now for the grandbabies.
Yeah, where was that? Gentle parenting, dog. Mom used to point at the switch.
Now you got McDonald's. Now we got McDonald's money every day.
Right?
Okay. It's really funny because we just love seeing that they're so well revered and just so loved. And they love back, and so we've learned that. We picked up on it, and it made me feel like, oh, this is different. This is different.
What difference came for Sister Sledge? Bernard Edwards, Nile Rodgers. How much did that team change your lives?
Oh, it changed our lives drastically, in the sense of we didn't know this. We didn't even know the impact that it would have. We didn't know that, we grew up performing and writing music, but we had no idea the impact that this team, this very genius musical team, would have on us. And I don't think they had an idea that the impact that it would bring, because I just caught them watching us perform on a television program, where we were all performing together. There were a lot of performers, and they were it was like, they didn't know that this impact would come. And I think there was a combination of the fact that it was very true for us. We are family, for instance, and also very authentic. And I think the world caught on to that, because they're brilliant music. And then you had an authentic group performing those words, truth kind of penetrates.
Yeah.
It does. It does. That's why in this bag, that had to make sure that covered up, we have original vinyl of the album of the album.
Mom.
Nice.
I used to
This
stare
is
at
my
this.
favorite picture.
Classic joint.
Yeah.
What was it? Look, I love what you just said. What was it like when you growing up seeing this album and knowing the impact that it
My
had?
family had a whole lot of records, but I used to pull this out all the time and stare at it and look at each person like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Look at her hair. Oh my God, they're just so elegant. You know, like, it was a thing for me. It was just like, oh, you know, I wanna grow up and be, you know, just elegant. Yeah, elegant really was a word that kept entering my head, and they were just so, you know, regal, and that's you know, that's what every little girl kind of wants to get to when they grow up, I think, is to personify, like, yes, you know,
Yeah.
command respect just through the way you sit, the way you look,
Demure.
and not demure,
No, not demure.
just,
Royalty.
you know, astute. And I just loved it. So,
Yeah.
it was a thing for me.
I just want to say
And then the
that,
music, you know, of course, supported that. So.
this is an elegant star.
She is.
She's a star.
She is a lady. Yes, honey.
But if there's anybody who would know also what, not just this album, but the song "We Are Family" meant for the world, I'm going to ask you this because it has become such an anthem. It's not just a song, it's an anthem. It has brought people together in so many ways.
We are families everywhere. Weddings, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Hey, you can name it. You can name it. So it's just a wonderful thing, you know. So it's just everywhere. It's everywhere. Like I can't go outside. You hear the song everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing.
It absolutely is. But you know what? Y'all had this album. You had another album. I keep going into this tickle bag here. One of my all-time favorites. All American Girls. So my question then would be, what was it like to have to record album after album after album? Because we're not talking about 6 months, you know, like literally it was like y'all on tour. You have to record. You got to get another album out. It's not like you waited 2-3 years for another album. You had to do it back to back to back. Plus, you got Kool and the Gang. You've got Chic. You've got Michael Jackson, the Jacksons, Commodores, Pointer Sisters. I can go on and on and on. I know y'all friends, but at the same time, when it came to the charts, there's competition going on here.
Well, I don't think we were competing with the actual performers. We may have been trying to keep up with getting into the studio and getting some new material out, that's what every artist wants to do. They want to express themselves through the music. And speaking of, these are some tremendous artists here, and they're all doing some great musical productions here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out with, and also what we come out with as a second generation Sister Sledge. You know, this is Sister Sledge, legendary. So we're very excited.
But then I'm going to jump in. But with All American Girls, y'all had a different producer with that.
Yes, that was Narada Michael Walden. We were assigned to a record company that, with the contract that we had, we were at the mercy of who they put us with, which was actually very good, though. It was good.
Because he also worked with Stacey Ladisoff, I'm correct.
Yes, very talented producers. So we were very, very blessed to be able to have that kind of connection with all these great writers and producers.
The music has always connected with people, but Sister Sledge, over the years, as we can see, it's been reformed, it's changed. For you as an original member, it must be a beautiful and a sad thing to see at the same time.
Well, it's a beautiful thing to see. I mean, my heart is just bursting with joy and excitement to seeing this generation coming up with, and they're so talented, coming out, and they're giving what they have to share with the world. On the other hand, yeah, it is. It's very nostalgic, and I'm very looking forward to. My sisters are still performing. They're out doing their own thing. And I'm very much looking forward to some kind of reunion in the future. So, and that will happen, I'm sure, when everybody's ready, because they are doing their own things right now. But I'm sure that'll happen. I think a lot of people are looking forward
That's
to
what
that.
everybody wants. That's what we want. We want to see that.
But in the meantime, with this version, are we going to get new music in some point in time in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we did release a song called Free
Yes.
not too long ago, a couple years.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're still riding the
might
vibe
get that
on
one
that
out.
one.
It's on.
It's very exciting and it's fun.
Streaming on all platforms.
We each, all of us write. So, you know, we're
We're in the
collaborating and there's a lot of things brewing right now. So, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I don't want to keep you all too late because y'all got a show as we speak tonight. But I'm going to ask each of you, what would you like to say to your fans who are out there? My double queen, you're going to be last. So I'm going to head over here. What would you like to say to the
Prepared
fans?
to dance, all right? Get prepared to dance. You're going to have a great time. That's what I got to say. Get prepared to move.
Yes. Well, you know, of course, bring your dancing feet. Get ready to sing a little bit too, because we're going to be throwing the mic in your direction for sure. And just bring your open hearts, because it's a family affair.
Yeah. Yeah, and look for the future music, because we've been in the studio brewing up some real hot fire. And that's why I think that Joni had to find out you could sing, because we all been singing for a very long time and doing our own music, but we had some big shoes to fill, so we didn't really come to terms with it for a while. So now I think this is it. It's the pinnacle. It's the peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get ready to party tonight. We're going to have a great time. I'm telling y'all, the music, y'all not ready for it. It's going to be sledgendary. Boy.
And last but not least, as I said, the double queen.
Oh, thank you. I just want to say that what time you said, come with open hearts, and we're hoping that everybody is blessed tonight.
I hope they're blessed as much as I have been, not just being here today, but like I said, growing up Sister Sledge with vinyl. Not no CD, not no Spotify. Vinyl. Folks, thank you so much for this interview. Have a great show tonight, but more importantly, thank you for everything that you have done for us over the years with your amazing music. Thank you so much.